guys, and welcome to Tanime's anime review number 53. Life took a pretty nasty turn there for me for a while, and I had to put my life on hold to be there for the people I love. On July 22nd, the world lost a great man. A man who would bend himself backwards over and over again for the one he loved. A man who would never succumb to anger and yet was able to still win an argument. A man I could sit and listen to talk for hours just to hear his accent. A man who's been fighting terminal cancer for the last 2 years when they said he would only last a few months. This man was Russell Carey, my stepfather. I would like to dedicate this video to his memory, and he'll always know that he's in my heart. Today's anime is Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles. The manga series to this one started in May of 2003 and ended in October of 2009 with 28 volumes. A collection I have myself. The anime started running on April 9th of 2005 and finished on November 4th of 2006 with 52 episodes. When I was watching it though, it was broken down into two 26-episode series. On November 16th of 2007, the first 3 OVAs were released, titled Tsubasa Tokyo Revelations, ending on March 17th of 2008. Another 2 OVAs were released on March 17th of 2009 and May 15th of 2009, titled Tsubasa Spring Thunder Chronicles. There is also what's labeled as a movie called The Princess in the Birdcage Kingdom, which did come out on August 20th of 2005, but it only runs for 35 minutes. Okay, first off, a little reminder. This is a review on the anime as a standalone thing, not the manga. I do suggest that you do read the manga for this one for reasons I'll briefly go over later, but for any anime series that is originally based off of the manga, I always recommend reading the manga because the manga will have a more solid story to it than the anime ever will. But there are rare exceptions. This one is not an exception though. Read the manga! Now, does anybody remember the anime Cardcaptor Sakura, or just Cardcaptors in the English-speaking world? If you haven't seen that series, I would suggest you watching it before watching Tsubasa Chronicles, or just watching it in general. Though you can watch and fully enjoy Tsubasa Chronicles without watching Cardcaptors. There's just a lot of things you might not understand if you haven't seen Cardcaptors first. Now, this is not major plot points, so if you don't watch it, you're not going to miss out on anything by watching Tsubasa Chronicles. But I still feel you'll have a better enjoyment of Tsubasa Chronicles if you've seen Cardcaptors first. Now, to understand every little side joke and everything that's in this anime, you'd have to go back and watch almost all of Clamp's series. Yes, for those who didn't know, this series is produced by Clamp. Most anime fans have at least heard the name Clamp at one point or another along the way. They are that popular. Now, I actually thought that this was an awesome way to put together a series. They took the 2 main characters from Cardcaptor Sakura, some other important characters from other Clamp series, and a few original characters, and smashed them up into a new world together to see how they would interact. It's like a crossover fanfic writer's dream. Me personally, being a huge fan of Cardcaptor Sakura, was pumped to hear this series was coming out, especially since they have my favorite anime couple in a new series. And to take those child characters and grow them up, that was so exciting for me. Now, the story of Tsubasa Chronicles is centered around our main characters Shaoran and Sakura. Shaoran is a poor orphan type character in this one, and Sakura is the princess of the land. In this world growing up, they were great friends. Then one day there is an attack and Sakura is pulled into this ritual type thing where she floats into the air and then sprouts wings. Trust me, they explain it better in the series, just go with me on this. Then those wings explode and each feather, which represents a memory to Sakura, is shot into every direction and thrusted into different worlds. Shaoran is then taken with Sakura to the Dimensional Witch. She tells him that she can give him the power to travel between dimensions and worlds, in order to retrieve Sakura's feathers and save her life. But to be granted this power, he's going to have to give up what's most important to him. His love for her is so strong, though, that he willingly gives up what's most important to him, which is her. So Sakura is stripped of all memories of Shaoran, and now he is a complete stranger to her. Also, while Shaoran and Sakura are at the Dimensional Witch, 2 other characters are placed there as well from different worlds. Fi, who simply never wants to go back to his original world, and Krogane, who will do anything to get back to his world. It definitely goes into detail as to why each one of them are there, but for this brief explanation, again, go with it! Now those two also have to give up what's most important to them in order to travel between dimensions and worlds. For Krogane, it's his father's sword, and for Fi, it's his magic. They are joined by a cute little fluff ball called Mokona, which is what will allow them to travel through worlds. So they set off on many crazy adventures to reclaim Sakura's feathers. The more feathers that they collect, the healthier and stronger Sakura becomes, but Shaoran is no longer in her memories, which results in very painful and heart-wrenching scenes throughout the series. It's so sad because he loves her so much. It pulls at my heartstrings. Now the art style of this series is kind of a hit or miss for most people, but a classic Clamp style. The characters are long and lanky. Long arms, long legs, long necks, long torsos. I've grown to really like the art style, but I will admit at first, when I first came across a Clamp series with the long, lanky character design, I wasn't a fan. But it definitely grew on me. And now I quite like it. Another great thing about this series is the outfits. Unlike in most animes where the characters 9 times out of 10 are wearing the exact same outfit episode after episode after episode, the clothes often change in this series. And the outfits themselves are something to admire. So impressive! Also, the music in this series is simply beautiful. It has the power to really pull emotion from you at just the right time. The real downfall about this series as an anime is that it ends on a cliffhanger. That's right, another one of those no-ending animes. Ugh! This is why I highly recommend reading the manga, because it has the full story. And it's a completed series, so you don't have to wait for the next volume to be released. You can just go and read it and find out what happens. And if you're anything like me, you're going to freak at the plot twists and the real ending to the series. I did really enjoy watching this as an anime, but the ending really does put a damper on it. It's gonna get a full point deduction just for that fact alone. If they would have ended the anime properly, this probably would have got a perfect 5-star rating from me. But because they're messing with my all-time favorite anime couple and leaving them hanging like that in the series, it's just all the more reason for me to lower the score. So personally, I'm going to give this series a 3.5 out of 5. It is still a great series though, and I love it regardless. It's kind of like just being able to watch some of the manga that I already love. Just saying. And if you liked this anime, you'll also like Cardcaptor Sakura, XXX Holic, and Pandora Hearts. Also, my sister in Australia just started vlogging on YouTube. If you want to check her out, I'll leave a link to her channel in the underbar. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. See you all in the next video!